Hello and welcome to Floofy and Company. I'm Zach, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So, originally, I was going to talk a little bit about just my initial impressions, what I thought about the game, how much I was enjoying it, little things like that. But then, I found something that was just too charming not to share. So, that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Now, this something that I'm talking about happened to be a sequence of events that ended up playing out over the course of a single play session. So, about 5-6 hours, I don't really remember. But it all started shortly after I started up the game that day. I found myself in Gerudo Desert, and I found this NPC just hanging out. So I talked to her, and she says she's been working on becoming a tailor to find the man of her dreams. So I continue talking to her. There's a few dialogue options, and that was fun enough. Um, but she just kind of sighs and says, I guess I'll never find anybody. So I continue along my way. I go explore a little bit more of the Gerudo area. And then I'm walking along and I see what I think is a different NPC. But then I go talk to her, and sure enough, it's the same person, but with new dialogue. This time, she's wondering if perhaps I'm the man of her dreams. But if you choose the dialogue option saying, yeah, you're the woman of my dreams, she gets kind of angry at you for even suggesting it, which is a little odd, but that's fine. So anyway, I let her go on her way, and I don't really think too much of it. So after a little while, I saw everything I wanted to in the desert. So I took a look at my map and noticed there was still quite a lot I hadn't really looked at over on the opposite side of the map. And I took a close look and I noticed a funny shape at the peak of a mountain on like the far southeast end of the map. And it looked like a broken heart shaped lake. So that kind of piqued my interest. So I decided to fast travel over that way and take a look and see what was up with that. After a couple of minutes of climbing, I finally found my way up to the top. And I was kind of hoping there might be like some treasure or maybe like a fairy fountain or something really cool like that. But not quite. Instead, there was just a single NPC. And this guy was just kind of wandering around, not really sure what he was doing until I talked to him. And that's when I found out that this guy was searching for a legendary lake of sorts that was said to help him find the woman of his dreams. So you guys might already be seeing where this is going. But because for me this was a couple hours apart, I didn't quite realize it at the time. Anyway, so the man continued on, and he happened to mention that there was a chance that he might be at the wrong lake. So that made me wonder if there's a chance that there might be another lake, one that wasn't broken. And it turns out there is. Now, it took me another couple hours before I ran into it. And mind you, it was just a couple hours of me wandering around, just freely exploring, avoiding the plot, basically. But I did eventually happen upon the Full Heart Lake at the top of a different mountain, a little close to the center of the map, if you guys want to try to find it yourself. Um, anyway, when I finally found that lake, the first person I saw at the lake was actually the first NPC that I met, the woman. So I go to talk to her, and she points out that there's a scared looking man staring at her from across the heart-shaped lake. So naturally I look over, and sure enough, it's the same guy that I met at the Broken Heart Lake. So I go over and I talk to him, and he is still on his quest for love at the lake. And he seems to be quite infatuated with the woman he sees across on the other side. Little does he know that she's looking for the exact same thing. So he tells me that he wants to give her a special flower, and he actually sends me on a side quest to go get that flower. Luckily, I already had one on hand, so I just handed it to him, and then he kind of chickens out and tells me to go deliver it for him. So I go ahead and I agree, and I take it over to her. And that's where I'm going to stop that story, because the rest, it's just a lot more fun to experience that part on your own. But anyway, the whole point of my story is just how open Breath of the Wild is. Like, I was just on my way wandering around, not really looking for anything, and I happened across like a multi-point side quest without even trying, and it was probably one of the most fun things like I've seen in a while. So anyway, that's my story. If you guys want, let me know what's the best thing you've run into in the Breath of the Wild so far. So yeah, let me know down in the comments. I'll see you guys next time. Later.